All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our live open house. First time we've done this, but we thought it was important to have this live session so that you can all learn a little bit more about our certification programs. We are live on a couple of different platforms right now, so you're either watching this on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. If you have any questions while I'm presenting, go ahead and put it into the comments, and they should pop up on my screen as well. So I will get to your questions as well, so rest assured that this is not just a one-way conversation. Let's start with, our education programs. Education programs, for those of you that know me, know that these programs are really, really close to my heart because they were something that I was part of spearheading over a decade ago now. And it has been a passion project of mine, and really driven by this belief that I have in tea education. If you know me, you also know that I'm a big believer in the fact that education never ever ends. You will not learn everything there is to know about tea in a lifetime. And that to me is really the beautiful part of tea and, well, education in general. So I would say that we're going to really show you or walk you through the program that we have existing, so our Tea Sommelier program. But I'm also going to talk to you about how we've expanded the program, because I think that one of the elements that's really important in, well, anything in life is the ability to adapt and change and make things more relevant as time progresses. So to me, our courses and our certifications, they're really living objects. We're constantly updating, we're constantly improving, and part of that was also looking at expanding the types of certifications that we offer. So with that, I have a small deck that we've put together for you, and I'm excuse me, I'm going to walk you through that. And then, as I said, any questions that you have, go ahead and pop them up on the screen. So, sorry about that. So the THAC certification programs are made up of multiple courses that can lead into different certifications. But before we get there, let me tell you about who we are. We are the Tea and Herbal Association of Canada. We are the leading authority and the industry voice on all things tea and herbals in Canada, and we truly represent our membership from bush to cup. What I find really wonderful about this association is that, I was a member of the association before I ran it, so I always put my money where my mouth is, which means that before I ran the association, I was a paying member of the association. That's how much I believe in it as a concept and as an institution. We provide proactive leadership in all areas, from advocacy and issue management, generic promotion, education, which is what you're here for. And the purpose of that is, to protect the industry, but also to ensure the long-term viability of the tea industry in Canada. We do a lot of international work as well, so it's not just Canadian-based. We serve as the #1 source of information and research about tea and herbals, and we offer the only Tea Sommelier certification program in Canada. What does that mean? It means that the certification Tea Sommelier, the words, that designation itself, is registered and owned by the Tea and Herbal Association of Canada. So please note that if you are looking at taking any other certification programs that call themselves a Tea Sommelier program, we are the only registered one here in Canada. The association itself was founded in 1954, and we've been through a number of different iterations in that time, and our membership is quite wide and broad. because it includes everybody from producing countries and growers to importers and packers, retailers, students, tea sommeliers. And within each of those categories, large, medium, and small. So we truly, truly believe in representing the industry. And as somebody who was in the industry as my own business before I took over the association, I can assure you that I approach everything that I do at the association from a lens of what is valuable to a member, because I was a member. So the education program started, I look at this date and I'm like, wow, okay, it feels like it was yesterday, but in fact, it started in 2008. The program is delivered in a number of different formats. It's offered in person through THAC, so we do offer some in-person courses that are offered sort of in high-speed mode. It's offered online through our partners in Canada, Italy, France, and Mexico. And up to date, since 2008, we now have 364 certified tea sommeliers in over 20 countries around the world. Now, I say 364 THAC tea sommeliers. That does not mean that we've only had 364 students take the courses, because that is far from the truth. We have had literally, and I use that word correctly, thousands of students take the program throughout those years. Not everybody who's taken the program has worked towards a full certification. So as of June of this year, we are now offering, additional to the THAC Tea Sommelier certification, we are offering a number of other certifications that the courses can stream into. The tea specialist we have added, Foodservice tea specialist, and the herbs and infusions certificate. So these certifications are designed truly to educate tea professionals in a variety of settings who are looking to for different levels of education. We recognize that not everybody, as I said, that takes these courses was working towards a tea sommelier certification, but is interested in different courses and yet would like them streamed into a final product, hence the new programs that we're offering. So let's walk you through the actual certifications. So the tea sommelier certification is defined as someone who has a thorough understanding of tea and herbal tea from bush to cup. And I emphasize from herbal tea because one of the things that we have added to the tea sommelier certification as of June of 2023, so this year, is that you must not only take the tea sommelier courses, the 8 modules that we've had since 2008, but in addition, you must take the herbs and infusions courses as well. In addition to being knowledgeable in history, processing methods, and preparation, tea sommelier can confidently interact with anyone about tea and make recommendations based on their needs. You have the necessary expertise to design a comprehensive tea menu, both for retail and food service environments, and you understand and apply the principles behind tea and food pairings and can articulate the tasting notes associated with different teas and herbal teas. Really important to emphasize is that a tea sommelier really has an overall understanding of tea and has the ability, most important, to communicate that. It's not just about learning tea from a book and having the education in that sense and having the knowledge of it in your brain, but it's also the ability to actually articulate that information, which is why our exams are a combination of not only written and blind cuppings, but also oral presentations and the ability to, as I said, articulate that. The second designation is a tea specialist. And a tea specialist is someone who has an intermediate knowledge of tea from bush to cup. They can confidently talk about the different tea types and are knowledgeable in different parts of the tea industry. So this is a combination of our tea sommelier courses, not all of the courses, not all of the modules, but some of the select modules out of the entire program that still allows you the ability to have an overall knowledge in terms of what tea is and how it's processed, and again, that emphasis placed on the ability to articulate that information. The third certification is the Food Service Tea Specialist. And a Food Service Tea Specialist is someone who has knowledge of tea, is able to communicate it. You can see the common thread here. But the focus is on a food service environment. So they're qualified to communicate with customers about the different types of teas, as well as recommendations for tea and food pairing. And then lastly is our Herbs and Infusion certificate, which you can take in isolation. You don't have to take it together with. But the other certifications that I've mentioned do include some of the Herbs and Infusions courses as well. But if you just want Herbs and Infusions, this is a person who has the knowledge of the history of botanicals and how they are used within the tea industry. I emphasize tea industry and how it's used within the tea industry is that because this is not an herbalism course. What I mean by that is that we don't get into and teach you about using herbs as medicine. That is not our focus. The focus for the Herbs and Infusion certificate is to understand, yes, the history, and of course the history of herbs and infusions will have some of that medicinal knowledge, but the focus is on how it applies to the world of tea specifically. So this graph here really gives you a nice overview of the courses that will lead to each of these specific designations. So you can see in the first column here, or let me start over on the left column. These are our courses. T101 is the introduction to tea. T102 is tea regions of the world. T103 is tea sensory development. 104, tea types. 105, from bush to cup. 106, preparation, consumption, and health. 107, menu design, food pairing, and cooking with tea. 108, the business of tea. The herbal courses are made up of the introduction to herbs and botanicals, herbal processing and common herbs in tea, and 103 is blending and culinary applications. So as you can see, in order to become a designated tea sommelier, you would be required to take all of these courses that I just listed. So 101 to 108, as well as HI 101 to HI 103. So all 8 of the tea sommeliers courses, as well as all 3 of the herbs and infusions courses. Once you have completed those, you will be required to complete the Tea Sommelier Certification exam, and that is done through the Tea and Herbal Association of Canada. Second designation, the Tea Specialist, you are required to take T101, 104, which is tea types, 105, from bush to cup, 108, the business of tea, and HI 102, which is the second herbs and infusions course. Once you've completed those, you are required to complete the multiple choice and presentation. So there is no blind cupping that's involved in that exam. So the exam is made up of multiple parts as well. For the tea sommelier certification, it is made up of tea preparation, an oral presentation, multiple choice, as well as a blind cupping. For the tea specialist, you will be required to do the multiple choice and a presentation. You are not required to do a blind cupping. The third designation, the food service tea specialist, you are required to complete 101, the introduction to tea, 104, tea types, 107, menu design, food pairing, and cooking with tea, and the Herbs and Infusion second course, which is HI 102. The exam is only a presentation. There is no multiple choice involved in this and no blind cupping, so you will be asked to do an oral presentation based on specific topics that we have. And then the final Herbs and Infusion certificate would require you to take all 3 of the Herbs and Infusions courses. So it's a lot of information, but I think that if you take a look at this graph specifically, you'll be able to see that breakdown. And I'm also going to show you where you can find all of this information on our website. So in terms of where you can take courses, as I mentioned earlier, we have a number of partners throughout the world, which is something that we are very, very proud of, and that's the partnerships that we have forged over the years that have allowed us not only to expand the program, but to expand the program in multiple languages. So this is not only an English-based program, even though it is a Canadian program because it's owned by the Tea and Herbal Association of Canada. So starting at the top, we've got Academy of Tea. Academy of Tea is located in Canada. Academy of Tea offers the course online and in English. You can, because it's online, take the course from anywhere on the planet that you like. If you figure out how to take it on a different planet, let me know. If you can get internet access, we'll expand it off the planet as well. But it is available internationally, and it's available online and in English. Our second partner is Escuela Mexicana de Té. And Escuela Mexicana is located in Mexico. They offer the course online and in person in Spanish, and they offer that in Mexico as well as North America. So you can access the exact same course, the exact same program, but in Spanish through Escuela Mexicana. Our third partner is l'École Française du Thé et du Tisane. They are located in France. And EFTT offers the course online in French anywhere on the planet. So you can be absolutely anywhere and take the course online in French, all of the courses that I've mentioned to you, and you'll access it through our partner in France. Our next partner is ProTea Academy. They are located in Italy. They offer the course online in Italian, available anywhere in the world again. So again, the exact same concept, exact same courses, exact same certificates, but you can take it fully in Italian, including your exam. And I do emphasize this, that if you take the course in either Spanish, in French, or in Italian through the Escuela Mexicana, l'École Française du Thé et des Tisanes, or ProTea Academy, you not only take the courses themselves in the specific languages that those our partners offer it, but you'll also do your exam in that language. And lastly, I didn't forget, ICT and Herbal Association of Canada, that's us, and we offer the course in person in Toronto, and it's offered we offer all of the modules, and we offer them in person, and we offer them in intense modules or an intense program. So you'll do 2 courses in the span of 3 days. The course schedule itself, you're going to find on our website, and I'm going to show you actually right now how to navigate our website or where to find all of this information so that you don't have this deck that I'm showing you, but you don't need to because all of the information is online. So if you go to tsommelier.com, you will access our website, as you can see up on the screen, and this is the home page. You'll find some information about Tea School, and you can click here to learn more about becoming a tea sommelier. So here you can see information about the different certifications that I just went through. And you can click on any one of them to learn more. And if you do that, it'll take you over to the courses page. Okay, you can also access that directly from our homepage right here. So there are multiple ways that you can access it. You can also access it from the drop-down menu on the left-hand side. So if we go to courses, if you click on any one of the modules here, it will provide you with more information. So if you click on T101, you will find information about what it is, what are the topics that are covered, and then if you click on See Registration options, it will take you to the course schedule page. And on that course schedule page, when you scroll down, you'll be able to click on any one of our partners and see, you can either get a link to their site, or you can see what courses they offer. And by clicking directly on any of those links, you can see you'll be taken directly to their website. Okay, so all of that information you will find directly on our website. Click on register now. It'll take you again to that course schedule, and registration with our partners is done directly with our partners. You do not register for the courses through us unless you are registering for the in-person courses which we offer in Toronto. All of the other courses you will register for directly with our partners. So that's our website. In order to maintain your tea sommelier certification or your designation once you become a certified tea sommelier, you are required to maintain membership with the Tea and Herbal Association of Canada. So since, like all designations, professional designations that you do through any organization, in order to maintain it, you do need to keep membership with the organization, as the designation is registered to the organization. In this case, it's the Tea and Herbal Association of Canada. So you must sign a code of conduct, which applies to all of our members, not just our tea sommeliers. Membership is on an annual basis. It is a very nominal fee. Currently, the annual fee is $119.78, which includes the harmonized sales tax, the 13% sales tax on the base of $106. So what do you get for that membership besides obviously maintaining your certifications? You do get member benefits. So as a tea sommelier, you'll have access to the member-only website, which you have just seen that I've just shown you. But as a member, you get access to the back end of the membership website. So let me just take you back to this, and you'll see that on our homepage, oops, sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. If you click here, you see a login, and that login takes you to a whole other back page, which is what our members have access to. So what is included on that? Where's my screen? There it is. What is included in your membership is free digital copies of the Tea House Times. That is a quarterly publication. You'll have webinar access for 2 webinars that we offer. So THAC offers webinars on a regular basis, at least one a month. Everything from tea and food pairing. We have country-specific profiles, so specifically on India, specifically on China, etc. We've done webinars on cooking with tea, entertaining with tea, certifications. So Rainforest Alliance, for example, Fair Trade have done webinars. So many that I can't think of right now, but we do offer them on a monthly basis, and part of your membership is access to 2 of our webinars. You get access to our weekly member bulletin, which we send out every single Friday with an updated sort of roundup of tea in the news, events that are coming up, any kind of promotions that may be available. So you might have access to trade shows, for example, that we have partnerships with where you get discounted rates in order to attend the trade shows specifically. And then you get member pricing, so membership pricing for our annual conference, as well as our holiday lunch. So that is all included as part of your membership, along with maintaining your designation specifically. So very quick question, or not quick question, but obvious question would be, how much does all of this cost? So the course themselves, the course pricings are going to vary depending on where you take your classes. So you're going to need to check our website or our partner websites, which you'll have links through, which I showed you already, for their specific pricing details, not only because every organization has their own pricing scheme, but also, obviously, depending on where you take it, different currencies are going to apply. On average, and I say on average, the price per course ranges anywhere from $250 to $350. The in-person courses, which you do through us at THAC, are $330 per course. So those are for the courses themselves. The exam is done, as I said, through THAC, unless you are doing it in a different language at one of our partner organizations. So the exam itself is $250. That includes tax as well as shipping. Shipping is the teas that we send you for your blind cupping. That's for the full tea sommelier exam. For the tea specialist exam, which I told you is only 2 parts, you're not doing all parts of the certification exam. So the 2 parts, which is the oral presentation and the multiple choice, it's $175. And the food service tea specialist exam, which is an oral presentation, is $150. We do offer an exam prep class, which is the question that I have in the question box here. So I did see your question pop up, wasn't ignoring it, but I knew I was getting to it. The question was, is there an annual renewal or one-time training? The training itself is, the courses is a one-time course. So there are no annual reviews that you do, if I'm understanding your question. We do offer an exam prep course for the examination, to prepare you for the examination, sort of to give you a review course, so to speak. And that's $175 plus tax and shipping. Shipping are the teas that we send you to practice with. And then the big question is, well, why should I take this program? There are a few reasons that people take our program. There are lots and lots and lots of courses that are available from different organizations. And we get asked quite often, why would I take your course as opposed to somebody else's course? And I'm going to be very, very honest with you. Obviously, I wrote our program. So it is, I'm going to be very biased to it, and it is very close and dear to my heart. I am, however, a believer, as I said off the top, that tea education is an ongoing process and something that you should be doing for the rest of your life. So I encourage you to take courses in multiple different places. Our course specifically, however, is a course that leads A, to a full certification, and B, it's a course that is offered, that is the only course, the only certification program that is being offered by industry. What do I mean by that? We are not a private company. The Tea and Herbal Association of Canada is a member-based association, and it is a professional association, meaning that we are membership-based, and it is the industry, the tea industry, that are our members. So we are not offering the program as a private company, not that there's anything wrong with that, but the program itself and the course itself is approved by, offered by, and representative of the industry. So that's really important in terms of what is it about our course that is different than perhaps some other courses. In terms of people that have taken the program itself, we have a whole wide range of people that are drawn to this program. Very obvious and very simple. You want to learn more about tea, and that may be lead you to take just 1 or 2 courses. It may lead you to take the entire program. Whatever appeals to you, that's what you can do. We've got people that are currently working in the tea industry that take the course, and I mean everybody from people that own their own independent businesses right up to people that are working in large companies within the industry. So quite a broad range there. So people that simply want to expand knowledge that they already have. Then there are people that are looking to start a tea business, or already, as I said, have a tea business, and they simply want to expand their knowledge and dive deeper within the subject itself. And I would say overall, all of those categories really fall into the final reason as well, which is that people are driven to earn a certification title that sets them apart from their competitors. So to be able to really be able to say to anybody that you're dealing with that you are a certified specialist, a certified tea sommelier, whatever that is, in order to set you apart from those that you're competing with. Now, a question that we get asked quite often are whether or not we offer cross credits. And to be very honest with you, at the beginning, when we started this program, we did not offer cross credits. And the reason for that, I would say, is that there weren't a lot of programs out there to really look at to offer cross credits. But things have changed. And I can tell you that depending on what organization you have taken courses with, you may be eligible to join our program and have some of those credits applied to our existing program. So get in touch with us if you're interested to get more information on that, so that we can find out, A, where you've taken the course. If we know the organization, then we may already be familiar with what it is that they offer and what was covered in your classes, so that we know what credit to apply that to, number one. And number two, we would need, obviously, proof that you have completed that course at whatever organization that you took the course. Okay, so I'm going to pause and take a look at some of your questions that are coming in. So Carolyn asks, what if I took some courses back in 2014? Would they apply? Absolutely, Carolyn. Yes, they do apply. Can you have our contact number? Our contact number, telephone number, you'll find on our website as well, but it is 416-510-8647. And any information you can, website tsommelier.com is at the bottom. Is the oral presentation in person or online? The examination process, all of it, the blind cupping, everything is done online, which is why this makes it so accessible to anywhere that you are. You do not actually have to be here in Toronto in order to do that. Is the Academy of Tea under your umbrella of being registered in Canada? I'm not sure I understand your question, Carolyn, but if I do understand it the way I think you're meaning it, is that Academy of Tea is one of our partners. So the names that I listed for you on the sheet earlier, let's go back to it. So Academy of Tea, Escuela Mexicana, L'École Française, and Pro Tea Academy are partners. So these are the only organizations that we have agreements with. So they are licensees. Okay. What that means is that these organizations are the only organizations that are allowed to teach our program. So Academy of Tea doesn't belong to the Tea and Herbal Association of Canada. They are their own entity, but they are licensed to teach our classes. I hope that answers your question. If you took courses from us, would they apply? Yes. So let me go to this breakdown. And this is a really important question because there are, as I said to you at the beginning, thousands of students that have taken our courses over the years, but haven't necessarily gone towards a full tea sommelier certification. If you are one of those people and you have taken well, T101, as you can see, you have to take for everything. And I should mention, I hate going back and forth. I should have mentioned this earlier, and I do apologize. But T101 is the prerequisite for any of our classes. So you do need to take T101 as a starting point, and then after that, you can take the courses in whatever order it is that you want. But if you took T101, for example, like Carolyn did in 2014, and you've taken T104 and 105, you could, for example, come and say, you know what, I only need to take 108 and the herbal courses and do an exam, and I can actually apply to do my tea specialist certification. So take a look at what courses you have already taken. It's really important because you may already be qualified. You may have already taken all of the courses that you need, with the exception of the herbal courses, of course, because there's really only one left. And you can take an exam with us and get another certification for yourself. So please do take a look at that. How long does it take to do each course roughly? The courses are done, the courses will take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to do, on average about 6 weeks. That's what we recommend. We recommend that you spend about 3 hours per week on the courses themselves. It's a lot of material, it's a lot of knowledge, but on average, I would say about 6 weeks to take each course. The herb courses are, Marianne, the herb courses, the question is, where can we take the herb courses? You can take the herb courses at the moment only through the Tea and Herbal Association of Canada. We are transitioning those. So we are hoping that our partner in Canada, so Academy of Tea, will be offering the courses as well, so or instead of us. So just like they're licensed to teach 101 through 108, they will also be offering the herbal courses. At the moment, however, they are done through us. So you can register directly on our website for those. Okay, so those those I think are the questions that I've covered. And actually, I get to my final question on the cross credits. Definitely interested in herbal courses also. Perfect, Carolyn. So I mean, you see how really we're trying to make this program as inclusive as possible for everybody. And you know, I know that I've sort of flown through a lot of this information, but as I said, all of this information is on our website. If you have any questions that you didn't think of necessarily right now, you can email us. Very easy, info@tea.ca. Throw your questions our way, and we'll answer them. If you've taken courses with us in the past, as I said, check and see what you've done, because you might be able to do a certificate without doing a full tea sommelier certificate. If you've taken courses elsewhere, and there are some schools, that have at the moment discontinued their courses and are not offering them. And I know that there are some people that are sort of sitting and not knowing what their next steps are going to be because where they were taking courses no longer is offering them. So contact us and we can talk to you about the courses that you've taken. We can take a look at what was involved, take a look at your completion, and apply some of those credits so that you don't have to retake anything. I can't tell you that everything will qualify, but I can tell you that we will truly, sincerely look at them and apply whatever it is that we can apply in order to transfer them. Are there herbal courses coming up? Let me take a look over here. So, whoops, where are we? Herbs and Infusions. We do have courses coming up. So HI 101, October 16th to November 6th. So there's currently one going on, Mary Ann, but the next date after this will be announced as well. We offer them on a very, very regular basis. So they're sort of rolling ongoing. So there is one happening at the moment, but it's about to wrap up and the next dates will be announced soon as well. Since there's an annual fee for sommelier, is there one for tea specialist? Yes, Alice. And if I wasn't clear, let me just go back to that. Membership is required for any of the certifications. All of these designations belong to the Tea Association of Canada. And just like with any professional designation that you get through any organization, you are required to maintain your membership. So the answer to your question is yes, the membership is for any of the designations that you take. Do the herbal courses have to be taken sequentially? They do not. Sorry, let me rephrase that. 101 does need to be taken first, and then after that you do 102 and 103. All right. So, a lot of information, and I hope that I've gotten you a little bit excited about tea education. I can tell you this. One of the things that makes me truly, truly happy, excited, whatever you want to call it, about this program is how excited people get about the program. And what I mean by that is I can't tell you how many times I have heard students tell me, I started with just one course thinking, want to learn a little bit more about tea, and then I just couldn't stop. And before I knew it, here I am at a final certification exam. Tea is such an infectious subject. And believe me, I get it. If you're here, I'm preaching to the choir. You like tea and you drink tea, I hope, and you have some interest in tea education. But what is really exciting about this subject is its vastness and how fascinating and multi-layered and nuanced it is. There are things that you will learn and things that you'll be exposed to that you had no idea about, not just in these courses, but I think in the journey itself. And I hope that this has given you, a little bit of information and, as I said, has gotten you a little bit excited about the program itself. And I hope that you allow us at the Tea and Herbal Association of Canada to be a part of your tea journey, and allow us to be a little part of the tea education that you decide to take on. So with that, I say thank you to all of you that have been here watching live. Thank you to the questions that you put up in the box. This segment is being recorded, so for anybody that isn't able to watch this live, obviously it's available on the platforms that we're streaming on at the moment. That's Facebook, LinkedIn, as well as YouTube, and you can go back and watch it again. And obviously you can't ask me questions if you're watching it on repeat, but you can absolutely email us at info.tea info@t.ca, right here up on the screen, and we will answer all of your questions, every single one of them, as best we can. So I see Carolyn says, great, she's signing up. I hope so. I look forward to seeing Carolyn. And the rest of you, I wish you a lovely, lovely afternoon, and hope to see you in our education program. Thanks, everybody, and happy sipping to you. Take care. Bye-bye.